Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I am wearing the same thing I wore in my budgeting video because bulk recording, it helps a lot, especially when you have a child. Today's video will be about advice, giving and receiving advice as a parent. Number one, times have changed. Times have changed so very much since I was a child, since my sisters were children, since my brothers were children, and here we are today. My sisters and I, some of us are probably a good 10 years apart. Things have changed. We have a heap of technology today, and it's not what it was when we were growing up, when we had the dial-up connection and you couldn't talk on the phone and be on the internet at the same time. We're not in that era no more. You can be on the phone and be on Instagram, Facebook at the same time. It's a completely different era now. You can't allow your children to play outside till the streetlights come on because you never know, someone might drive past and shoot up the block depending on where you live. Someone might just walk up the street and pick them up. Times have definitely changed, and people need to understand that you can't offer advice from when you were raising your child 20 years ago to someone who's raising a child in this day and age, because the same principles do not apply. We have different diseases, we have different medicine. Things have changed vastly in the last 20 to 30 years. So be mindful when receiving or giving advice about how times have changed. Number two, when giving advice, never start with "I told you." You're not that person's mother, and if you are that person's mother, starting with "I told you" is likely to start an argument because no one likes to hear that. Would you like if someone said, "I told you you should do this"? No. It is advice. They don't have to take on what you said. It's optional. It's not detrimental to their health that they take on to what you say. Starting with "I told you" is never a good sign, believe me. I've heard it more than once, and I've gone off at that person more than once because I don't like it. Number three, remember, no two children are the same, even if they're twins. Because one thing works for one child doesn't mean it's going to work for the next. For instance, two children have eczema. One child uses Citrabin and one child uses Aveeno. They're different children. Just because one Aveeno works for one child doesn't mean it's going to work for the other child. Just because your child uses this doesn't mean someone else's child will need it too. Of course you can offer it as an alternative for that person, but you shouldn't force your views and opinions down someone's throat because you wouldn't like it done to you. Just take that in mind. No two children are the same. They'll never be the same. Even if they're twins, they're not the same. They have different personalities. They develop differently. They develop at their own pace. No two children are the same. I cannot stress that enough. Number four, and this is a big one. If it is asked for, don't give the advice. Do not just offer your advice to someone unless they ask for it, is my personal opinion. Because I don't like when people come out of nowhere with so much to say. It has nothing to do with you. A lot of times it make me feel like I'm being belittled as a parent. I do find a lot of older people offering me advice when I don't ask for it. And I don't like it because it goes back to when I said times have changed. Just because how you grew your child is not the same today. Just because you gave your child chamomile tea first thing in the morning when they woke up doesn't mean I should give my child chamomile tea first thing in the morning when he wakes up. If the advice is not asked for, do not give it. It may be helpful. It depends on your relationship with that person. Sometimes I do find myself offering advice to my friends who are moms, and if they don't want the advice, by all means they will tell me, because I want them to tell me. I don't want our relationship to be hostile. Tell me you don't want the advice, or thanks for the advice, but I'm gonna do this. So that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed these few, very few things about giving and receiving advice. It's just something I find that a lot of people need to take heed with. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below anything you feel about giving or receiving advice. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and until next time,